What's up everybody, my name is Hunsex and I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way to complete the Cayo heist. And just to show you how fast it can be done, I will be timing myself along with the video. Alrighty, I need to go ahead and start up a motorcycle club. And let's go ahead and start this timer and we'll get on into it. First thing first, always gotta gather some intel, and of course it would send us to the farthest location. Luckily we're at Sanchiansky, so shouldn't be too bad of a plane drive, or a helicopter drive over there.
So, we are going back. Again. You know, in Russia we have say, heaven is place where you can drink same glass of vodka. Twice, huh?
Can't lie, probably could have just teleported over there, but it's gonna be like a 25-30 second maybe helicopter drive, and it probably would have taken the same amount of time to fast travel, so I'm not too worried about it. Biggest tip whenever you're coming down here, be careful if you do shoot missiles at them. The Vellum can only take 2. So if you accidentally hit it twice, you will not be able to get out of the air. As you see, I just blew up my vehicle real quick. Park right here.
Oh no, I think
Probably not the best weapon to use.
You're a fucking prick.
Okay.
Fuck you then.
Don't know why the propeller has that big of a hitbox, but alright. Now time for the longest plane ride ever.
You have got the plane. Good. Now, fly south. Then keep flying south until you hear
2
the
of the
sound of
biggest
angry
tips I
blood
can
Colombian
give you
on
with the
Trafalgar
plane
Beach.
to make it as
How long
fast as
minutes are with you
possible
now? Disguises
is
should be in
the
back
second
of
you
plane.
get off the
You can
ground,
change on the way.
second,
And leave your weapons.
you
Mr.
need to
Rubio
get rid
will
of those
not
landing
trust
gears.
smugglers. The
They
guards will
take
shoot you on sight
up
if you
so
are armed.
much speed loss. You're probably losing 30 miles an hour just having those landing gears up. Second thing you want to do is, you ask why am I in first person? So I can look at that altimeter right there. As you notice, it is raising up. It's at 5 right now. It's going to go to 6,000. Then it'll be at 7. Once you get past the 9, that is kind of where you want to stay, because it'll reduce all of the drag on the plane and it will actually achieve the fastest speed if you're above that 9 on the altimeter. You can go any higher than that, but I would definitely recommend to stay straight. Alrighty, after that I am going to probably go ahead and skip a little bit ahead here, because this is going to take quite a while. Alrighty, we finally just got into Cayo. It's taken us just about 6 minutes in all. Not too bad. Kinda wish it was a little quicker, but that's okay.
Paren, esperen ahí.
Gotta wait for the guard to check us,
Once, eh?
as
Arms out,
always.
let's go.
And most people will tell you to look at the airstrip
Right over there.
to see
It will
what
bring
loot
it
you
soon.
get, see if there's,
Go on.
the coke or not. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you to just go straight onto the control tower. Just ignore it. You have 6 possible loot spawns there, and I don't think I've ever had a time where I didn't fill up my bags completely from the airstrip. So I just kind of leave it alone just to get there a little bit quicker. I'll take this on up here. You'll just kind of be driving out here in the grass for a little while. And I just use my minimap as a guide. If you notice that camera up there on the right of the minimap, I like to come back here, aim my wheel up. I'll just come back over here, make sure no guards are anywhere near me. And then right here is a little bit tricky. You can either ramp it, which is what I'm going to do, or you can just drive over that railing right there, but I like to have a little fun. Make sure none of the guards see ya. And over here, don't go too fast because you can take that ramp and go into the water. I've done that a couple times and it's not fun. Now if you'll notice, there is a guard passing by. We'll wait for him, make sure nobody else is coming. And the guards can change, like sometimes there will be a guard standing right here waiting for you, so watch out for that. But now I'm gonna come through here. Notice this camera right here. If you drive right through here, it will never see you. But if you drive on the road, you will get caught instantly. Now I will come up here, and if you see, there is a guard up at the tower, so I kinda like to stop the bike right about here, not to be too loud. And then I will walk and climb over here. I've jumped before and it's accidentally caught him, so I try to just be a little careful, don't do any jumping or any loud movements. But if that guard is there, then your signal box is always going to be up here on one of the different levels. If he's not there, then your signal box will always be on the bottom. So let's go ahead. Alrighty, now that we're up here at the very top, we can go ahead and hack into the signal box, do a simple math problem real quick. Alright, so it's 80. The way I like to do it usually is I'll find my highest number and just kind of make it the biggest. That's going to be that no matter what, so does that work out? There we go. They're always pretty simple like that. But I usually just the biggest number to the biggest connection, and then the rest usually fall in line. Alright, now we're going to head straight over to the basement on our cameras. Okay, it looks like we have bearer bonds in here. And the only other thing I like to check is the office, just to see if there's any paintings. Sometimes you can get a really lucky run and get 2 paintings, and that actually kind of changes the strat a little bit. But it looks like we're going to be getting all our secondary loot at the airstrip. Now once you've done that, you do not have to die or get caught by the guards. If you have your preference set to spawn location in the Kasatka, you can just go ahead and find an invite only session, and that will finish up the gather intel. Now the next thing I like to do is I will get our way into the island, which for me is always going to be the long fin for this strat. Long fin is just the easiest. Now if you do get the 2 paintings, like I was mentioning, you can use the Kasatka and avoid the airstrip entirely and just go straight into the compound. That is another option, which we'll have to try to do someday if we get double paintings. Alright, so now I will go ahead, we'll do the long fin. Go over here and get our Sparrow, which if you don't have a Sparrow, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best helicopters, best flying vehicles in the game in my opinion. The Oppressor Mark II is obviously great in those tight situations and like combat, but this thing has unlimited missiles, goes 171 miles an hour, I believe, just as fast as the Banshee GTS, fastest car in the game, and it's just all around the fastest way to get around with a Cayo free glass. There's no other way that's faster. Sure, if you want to beat your Kasatka and use the Oppressor, I guess you can, but I never have. So, depending on if you have it or not, the easiest way for me to do it is I have the Phantom Wedge. They actually dropped it 2-3 weeks ago for free, so I will just go ahead and spawn in my Phantom Wedge real quick. If not, you can just go over and get one of these vehicles, or if you're flying to the place, a lot of semi-trucks will spawn during this mission, so it's kind of easy to just find one on the side of the road and steal it. Now, what I like to do is I will set my marker right here before I even start, and then get snacks ready to go, and we will go and steal us a boat. Drive up in here real quick. We'll have to kind of get your truck aligned, but it shouldn't be too difficult. The reason I have snacks on is because they're going to start shooting at us like crazy. So you want to make sure that you don't get yourself hurt. Now after this, you can either go straight down to it, to the docks that I've marked, or you can come up here, and which I usually do just to be on the safe side. I'll come up here just about a block away, stop the vehicle, grab out a sticky, and then I will blow myself up. You're asking me why? Why would you blow yourself up? So I can get rid of the cops. Now we have no more cops. We can go grab our truck and drive straight onto the docks with no issues. No cops running into us and derailing our trailer or messing us up. Makes it just a little easier. I have done the method where you just go straight through with the cops, and I have lost the boat a few times, so that's why I do not recommend doing that. As you see, we only gotta go 0.9 miles away, and we're done with this one. Be careful right here not to hit any of the side things. I have lost my vehicle down, or my boat down there before. It's not fun. It's not fun to have to restart any of the preps. Once you can go a little bit early like I do here, smash these fences, and just avoid that gate entirely. Saves you just a little bit of time. Alright, now same thing as the gather intel, and this will be the last one that we session hop. We'll go ahead and find us a new session, and then we will start up our weapons. I don't know why, but I like to do weapons first. It's just kind of easier. I feel like start up weapons, and then I will do all of the rest of the prep. Alrighty, so we are going to get on our planning screen and weapon loadout. Now I always choose the aggressor. You can pick whatever you like, but okay. You see how that says Meriwether HQ? You will always want to find a new session as quick as possible. Why? Because that mission takes 10 to 15 minutes long, longer than the heist finale takes, and it's just not worth it. It is just not worth it. So if you get Meriwether HQ, just load up into a new session. It's going to take you 20 seconds, and yeah, don't worry about Meriwether. You're going to want to look for the ones that say the Schlongberg Sachs Center, the Penrith Building, 707 Vespucci. See, like that right there? Penrith Building. This one will just take you to an apartment, and it's quite easy to take out these guys. Alrighty, and I don't know why, but you see how it says yellow dots over there? But this is the building we need to go into. Sparrow real quick. Alrighty, now you can do this either two ways. Silent and sneaky, which is the way that I like to do it, or you can do a violent. The easiest way to do a violent is either probably the stone hatchet or just throw a Molotov and wait. But if you do, well, I already messed up. Now we gotta do the violent method. So one way you can go is you can literally just throw a Molotov, and it does take a little bit longer, but you can just wait and not really have to worry about anything. So as you notice, the whole office just kind of catches on fire. Now the only reason I messed up the silent is because I didn't shoot the actual guy, I shot the building, and if you shoot any part of the building, then it will mess it up entirely. Most of these guys are, well, I say that, might actually die here. Nope, okay, we're good. The rest of those guys won't really move around, so you should be okay to come back here. Trick the gun locker, and then you'll have to hack this computer. Easiest way to do these, in my opinion, is I would look at the last two sets of numbers instead of the first, because they're gonna show you a lot more of the first numbers. Okay, as you see, found it right there.
Is the locker open?
We can open this up and grab our weapons.
No complacency, yes? They will
Alrighty,
be
now
right behind
on
you.
back to our Kasaka.
Acquiring all new weapons and tools, it is labor
Make sure you pick the roof. Do not pick the ground, or you'll have a nightmare of a time trying to get out of there.
And when you offend a man such as
It's
Mr.
not
Rubio,
fun. I've definitely done it before.
best to seek
You won't
him
have
out.
your sparrow, and you'll have a bunch of angry people at you. Alrighty, now we're gonna head on this way, and go ahead and request your Kasaka to you, and it should spawn right in front of us at Vespucci Beach, which will be just a little bit quicker than going towards the terminal. Another thing, it's just a teeny bit quicker if you're good at landing, but if you hop out of the Sparrow, it'll automatically respawn back into the Kasaka, and you can save a little bit of time on that load-in animation. Because this animation takes less than 10 seconds, whereas the Sparrow animation takes a little bit longer.
We are going after Mr. Rubio, right in his box.
Alright, now that we're done with that, we can go to our equipment, go and get our safe code. I never worry about the demolition charges, but so I would just avoid those unless you want to go in with explosives, which I do not. So we're going to go in completely undetected. Yes, this strat that I'm doing, you should go in completely undetected with full loot bags and be able to get that elite challenge pretty easily.
Unless you plan to spend the weekend down there. So we must get the codes.
And depending on if you have a penthouse or not, will change up this specific mission a little bit. I do have a penthouse, and luckily they were giving them away for Black Friday, I believe. But if you have the penthouse, you'll be able to go straight into the penthouse floors. If you don't, you'll just have to you'll have to go to the parking garage and then steal Tom Connor's badge, his penthouse access badge. It doesn't take too much longer, it's maybe 10 seconds. If you're trying to save time, I do not recommend buying a penthouse to save time on this one mission. It's not worth it. I'll say that. The only thing that's fun about the penthouse is blackjack with friends. Alright, now that we're at the casino, let's go up to the penthouse real quick. Don't worry about that image, it's not gonna matter. Alright, we can head over here. It will send us up. It'll be the same thing if you don't have the penthouse, it'll just send you to the parking garage instead of the penthouse first. Alright, now that we're up here, we can go and find the guards. I usually just do a full loop around, like usually they'll be right here, if they're not, they're gonna be right on the other side over here. And you can use a rocket if you want to just blow them up. Oh, actually it looks like they're gonna be on the complete other side. Golly. Huh. This is new, I haven't had this happen in a while. I usually find them pretty quick. Okay. You can take them out pretty quick and silent, and then they won't notice you. And something I like to do is I'll just hide my weapon before I go in here. Because I used to go in with my weapon every time, and they'd always freak out immediately, and I didn't understand. But it's obvious. I had my gun out. So if you hide your gun, they won't notice you as quickly. But the first place I like to go is right here to the right and walk in here. Sometimes he can be right there. If not, I believe he can be back here, but it looks like he is not this time. So then if he's not there, I will go straight on over here, check right here, which there he is, and I'll go ahead and come right here, get rid of them, and steal that safe code real quick. Yes, you will have people shooting at you, so make sure to heal after you're done. Alright, now that we're done, we can go ahead and just run on out of here. Don't even worry about him. Oh man. You will have a little bit of guards to deal with, but that is okay. Shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, now we can just go get in our helicopter and get on out of here.
Is that the police after you? Huh, I forgot about that.
And I wouldn't really worry about the cops. By the time you get to the Kazatka, the cops should be off your tail. It's not like the Diamond Casino, where the cops will never be lost unless you go to extreme measures. Which, in the future, I will be showing me and my buddy doing the Diamond Casino heist. I'm just not sure quite when. And if it'll allow us, honestly, because that is still to date the buggiest heist that they've ever made. It messes up at least 8 times out of 10. Great moneymaker, just very, very laggy. Alright, now that we got that done, if you want to with that one, you can, after you get the safe code, you can just spawn straight back into your, you could do the same thing, and go to invite only session and remove, but since we had to lose the cops, I might as well just have flown out here, which worked out pretty perfectly. Alrighty, now we will go ahead and get the, what is it, the cutting torch? No, the fingerprint cloner, and then we'll go and get the cutting torch. And as you see, these missions are honestly pretty easy. Like, if you're new to the Cayo, don't be scared of it. It's not too hard. Once you get it down the first couple times, it becomes quite a bit easier. Alrighty, let's go ahead and land our Sparrow real quick. Alright, you will have to take care of some guards in here. They won't be too difficult. Alrighty, now the greatest things ever. We have to wait for Pavel to stop talking, so that we can hack the laptop. Sometimes you have to walk away from it and come back. This one's pretty easy hack. Just gotta line the Panther up. And now we can go over to the actual location where the fingerprint cloner will be. Oh, and this one is actually kind of the best location you can get because it is right next to Vespucci Beach. So you're right next to the Kazatka. And I never worry about taking the cameras out on this mission because all it does is those people that I just took care of inside of there will not notice that you're coming in, but the second you come in, then they notice you. And the same thing here, it doesn't really matter with the cameras. If you notice, I actually didn't even trigger them, because I jumped through there quick enough, but once we walk out, it'll trigger it. Fingerprint clona should be on one of these tables over here, or it's going to be right there on that desk. You just collect that and walk on out of here. And like I said, we will get caught up by these cameras, but the guards aren't super fast and shouldn't really bother us at all. And since we have our Casaca here at Vespucci Beach, we are literally right here. It's going to take us about 10 seconds to get over there. And you can land the Sparrow in if you want. Okay. Sometimes that's a little quicker. I've never had that happen. I don't know if you guys noticed, I literally just dived out of the helicopter instead of pulling the parachute. Definitely should have died there, but this works, I guess, you know? That's one way to do it. And my parachute just goes flying off. That's great. Alright, now we can go ahead and get our last thing, which is going to be the cutting torch. I don't worry about disruption because we are not going to be going in violent, we're going to be completely sneaky. And we should honestly only be taking out one guard for the entirety of the video. I could probably do it without taking... Actually, no, I think we'll take out 2 guards. One of these days I'll have to do a run without killing any of the guards. I think it is possible, it's just a little bit tougher. High Club, it'll say, you see on the map it says to go down, but that's just showing you where the elevator is to up here. If you have a helicopter you can obviously just hop up here. I just go up to the high point, park the Sparrow, and then before you get down there you want to come here to your hard hat, and then I will drop down the menu so I can put the hat on immediately. Makes it just a little bit quicker. You want to come down here and then find us a torch. It's going to be in any one of these boxes with a green arrow above it. I like to check that one and then check these in the back first. So you usually get them back here sometimes. I believe there's one back here somewhere. Oh, this one right here, and there it is.
Did you find it yet? Bring it to me and I will keep it safe.
And now we can just go ahead and deliver the cutting torch to the Casaca. And that is the last prep. Now we can go ahead and start up the heist.
We have all we need now, yes, Capitan?
Yes, we do,
go with your
Cayo.
command.
Go ahead and accept. And then start up the finale. Gonna do this completely solo. Approach vehicle long fin. Infiltration point is gonna be the main dock. Compound entry point will be the drainage tunnel. Escape point is the airstrip. Time of day is, I like to do it in day, which makes it a little easier. And then you can select suppressors here, so that way you're not getting caught. Alrighty, let's get this going. Now what you've been waiting for, the actual heist. Alrighty, so I'm going to immediately hit the handbrake, come on over here to the airstrip first, so that way we can get all of our secondary loot. Alright, now you want to slow down a little bit before here. Make sure not to completely beach the boat, because you do need to use it.
Why don't we give him some more, huh? Now pay attention. You will
Go
reach
ahead
well
and
soon.
hop out here.
GPS
And
tracker
we
confirmed.
do need to
I
take
have your
care
position.
of one of
I
these
also access
guards.
compound CCTV.
This guy
Once
right
you
in
are
front of us to
inside.
the right. You'll want to
Remember,
wait for him
cameras
to
everywhere. Almost
completely
like
stop,
Mr. Rubio feels a
and then
little
you can headshot
paranoid
him.
sometimes.
He shouldn't be caught there. But the reason I like the aggressor is because the assault shotgun, you can kind of just, you know, push bodies away. So sometimes just in case, because I've been caught by him before, I will push his body all the way out of the way, just so that way the vehicle that drives by here doesn't catch him. Alrighty, so now we can go ahead and check and see what our loot is. Looks like we got cash and the green stuff on the bottom. Go ahead and check top first, see if there's anything better. Which, the best in order, it's going to go coke, paintings, then it's going to go the green stuff, and then cash. Best to worst on secondary targets. Now if you're doing it with a friend, gold is obviously going to be the best, but you can only get that in the compound. Alrighty, we got some coke here. I'll go ahead, grab that, and then we'll grab that cash, and then fill the rest up with the weed.
Special compartment for it.
Alright, got that. Now we're going to fill up the rest. Hopefully with the weed should fill up the rest of the bag. The way it works is, I want to say it's 25% that that a full cache will fill up, about 33% for the green stuff, and 50% for coke, and the paintings are also 50%. Alrighty, not too bad. We're at 383,000. Now we'll go ahead, get on out of here. And it looks like the boat drifted away from us a little bit. Okay, not too far. I have had it go off quite a ways before and had to swim for a couple minutes to come and get it. So you do kind of want to be fast, so that way you're not taking up too much of the time. Because that boat being away will mess you up. If you want the elite challenge, you do have to finish in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and you cannot restart, and you must have full loot bags and 0 hacks failed on the fingerprint cloner. Go ahead and get over to El Rubio's real quick. Loop around all the way till you get over here, and then hop off. And if you didn't have the drainage tunnel at the beginning, it's because you have to come over here to gather intel and just swim out here so that Pavel can see it and mark it on the map for you. Let me go ahead and cut this open. A lot of people try to do the, you know, the slide through and do this, but I think the 1x1 is just a little bit quicker. Not the best at it, but I'm getting there. And a big thing, if you are trying to follow along or anything, the guards will change up here. So if you're trying to pause the video through, know that the guards do change, and you kind of have to go through this immediately. So if you are watching, I would try to just run this just as quick as I do, or else the guards will be in different positions and you might get caught. Alrighty, now that we're up through here, waste no time and just go up these staircases, go through here, kind of hug this wall, go this way, go left out here, jump up this, and then we're going to come over here and wait a second. So if you notice, this guy right here is waiting. You want him to turn around and go that way. And we can just walk past
Acaba
him,
de irse.
no problem.
Hace
Don't
nada
worry
estaba
about him.
preguntando por usted.
And then I'll pull my gun out for this guy. If you see him on the mini-map, he's about to walk right through here. And we'll have to take care of him. I'll just smack him. I don't recommend shooting them because it will cause some problems. Usually will phase through and mess you up. So since I got gate keys, no, I'll show you just how to do it through here, because I don't want anybody to not get gate keys and then be confused. So I will hack this, and it's pretty easy. I'll just get these up to the first one, and then 1, 2, 3, and just keep on going. Basically, you just want to keep the first one up top, and then you can see this will be the second one, this will be the third, this will be the fourth, and so on and so forth. Usually takes me only about 45 seconds to complete these. Unless it's on hard mode, then it might take another 10 seconds. Alright, got that done in about 50 seconds, not too bad. Now we just need to head down here and go and grab the bearer bonds. Don't freak out about what's the code. Pavel's gonna text it to us here in just a second. It is 833915. So 83 39 and 15. Alright. Now we have 1.2 million, not too bad. We should, with the Elite Challenge, be able to get that full amount. Now I will go through here, come this way, and then I will wait for that guy to turn. As you see, the guy on the minimap just turned to the left. Be careful right there, because you can't get caught. Jump down here, run, just run straight through here, and boom. Choose the infiltration point immediately, and you will not get caught. And walk on out free. And this is my favorite scene ever, because I think I've stolen about $47 million from this guy, and I still can't figure out that I need to hit that button to exit. Now, after we get out of here, we are going to go ahead and get rid of this guy. Take his bike from him. Go straight backwards. Avoid this guard right here. You don't want him to see you. Go just a little to the right. And come on up here. And notice the far point on the minimap is where you want to go. Just kind of slam through here. And then go a little to the right. Splash down in the water, and you're thinking, I thought you were supposed to go to the yellow dot, to the airstrip. Well, you can, but this just makes it 20 times faster in my opinion. You'll just swim over here to these 3 mines in the middle, or on the right. Once you get in there, notice that the text has went away, and I have completed the heist. That is it. That is about the easiest $1 million you will ever make. Go ahead and stop our timer, and what did we get at? Just at 47 minutes, just under 48 minutes. And let's see how much we made from that. Heist passed, got platinum. Alright, 1,060,000. Not bad, but we should get that elite challenge. Got it done in 10 minutes. 0 hacks failed. Full loot bags. Gives us an extra 50,000, which puts us at $1.1 million. And in 48 minutes, that is probably still to date the fastest method of making any type of money. Now, after this, you do have a cooldown of 2 hours and 24 minutes, so you can't run it back and forth, I will say that. But if you do have a friend who's willing to take 15 to 20% cut, you can just run it back with them a few times, and it only takes you a 48-minute cooldown. But with that, I just wanted to showcase to you guys how I run the Cayo Perico heist, quick and easy, and hopefully just to make your guys' lives a little bit easier. Thank you guys for watching the video, hope you guys liked it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.